Hello, now let's go over the setUEmissive material function. I basically use this material function in most of the effects I make for packages nowadays, but also for client work because it allows you to change the saturation, hue, and emissiveness on a global scale for all the effects. It can be handy in certain situations where the particles need to be better shown in a bright scenario or in a dark scenario, dark level, that kind of thing. So you can tweak them a little bit. So all you need to do is hook them up. I'm gonna grab the color input there and plug in the results. As you can see, the color already changed because that's something I already set up. I'll explain it in a little bit. Obviously, there are the inputs hue shift, desaturation, emissive strength, and use particle color. I'll go over them a little bit. So the hue shift is basically a 0 to 1 value that allows you to shift the hue, as you can see here. And you can also just apply a time just to see more clearly what it does. It shifts the hue. That's basically it. Then there's also desaturation. In case you want to play around with values, you can make them go back to a grayscale, or you can also do a more negative value and get some weird results with that. Though I don't suggest you do that, but who knows? Maybe you need it. And there's also the emissive strength, something you kind of want to control through the particle editor, but in some cases you might want to tweak those values a little bit depending on how bright or dark your scene is. So at 1 it's just a double value of 1, but at value of 1000 it's nice and bright. Okay, that's basically the emissive strength. And there's also the use particle color. At the moment everything is already multiplied by a particle color, this material. So if you don't want to do that, you can get a bool, plug it in, and it's already full, so it's now not using the particle color anymore in case you need it. So what's some additional features of this material function? If I save this material, I'm going to make a material instance out of it. You already have the desaturation, emissive strength, and hue shift available in your material instance, so you don't need to create those, and it helps with tweaking values in your material instance a bit easier. It's not only that. If I go to my content browser, there is let's see, where are you at the moment? A material parameter collection, and if I double click on that, the same values you can find here: the hue shift, desaturation, and the global emissive strength. So if I change the hue shift here, all the effects that have that setUEmissive applied to them will change color. There should be another one in here somewhere. Ah, there we go. So since it's applied to a lot of effects, you might want to use this as an offset for some post-processing, and else you might not want to touch it, but it's there if you need it. The same can be said about the desaturation, of course. And at 1 it should be grayscale, just like the thing over here. Correct. It probably has some color applied to them in the particle system. And if you want everything to be a little bit more bright, it's there as well. So that helps with some global configuration or counter post-processing, change the color, the hue shift, whatever, in a darker or lighter room. It's just there basically for you to play with. Okay, let me set this back to the value it was before. There. And I think that's all there is to this setUEmissive. It's just a small little tool that helps me control some values more easily in a material instance and globally. This should be it. Take care.